Hello friends, and welcome to a how to declutter toys video. I'm super excited for this one. I am so overwhelmed with how many toys I managed to find around the house, and I'm too scared to be searching for more in case I find even more. I hope that this video is going to be super actionable and great advice if you want to declutter your toys at home in this very moment, especially before Christmas. So I will make sure that I've broken this video down into chapters so that it's super easy for you guys to follow. And also I'll try and link all the toys and things that I mentioned throughout this video in the description box down below. But before we even start, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel now, because not only am I doing this toy declutter, which I know you guys absolutely love, I have lots planned for the coming months, especially in the run up to Christmas. It's about thrifting toys. I'm talking about the toys that I'm going to be sharing with my kid, or rather giving to my kid, and I'm going to be doing so much more. So I can't wait to have you guys along with me on the journey. Make sure to go and check if you're subscribed just in case. And let's get to this video. Behind me, I thought I'd put everything onto my worktop, but it was quickly apparent that actually he has so many toys that it overflowed. Not only is it on the chairs, I also have like a box that you would have seen in the previous videos where we used to keep the toys. So I've taken everything out of that chest as well. And also there's some stuff on top of it, but I'll walk you through every single thing that I find. First things first though is make sure that you grab some black bin bags and then label them. So I'm going to have two black bin bags. I'm going to have charity one, knowing that I'm going to be donating these toys away, especially as I have a 5-year-old and he might not be interested in the younger toys anymore. And also another bin bag, and that is, as I mentioned, around bins and trash and throwing away because it's broken and it's no longer used to anybody. The reason it has to be a black bin bag and not another color or a see-through one is because you don't want to be putting stuff into the bag and then realizing that you want to grab something back out of that bag. So what I'm going to do is actually start off with some quick wins. I'm going to do like a sweep of all the toys that I can find, and just either it's broken or I know that he's not interested anymore, that goes away pretty quickly. So I know this toy is broken, so I'm going to throw that away. This could go to charity. I think it's either uncomfortable or too small for him already. This could go to charity. It's quite small and he never plays with it. This, I think he is outgrown, unfortunately. I think I could just get rid of this as well, to be honest. So charity, charity, charity. He's never interested in this either. I think I played this more than he does. What else have we got? Another pop-it thing, which is, I think we accidentally found this somewhere on the floor. So this, I have no sentimental value around that. I don't even know what toy this goes with, so that could go to charity as well. Right, what quick wins can we get? This as well is too small and I'm worried that the dog might get it. So after the quick wins and throwing away anything that's broken or that you know that your kid's not going to play with in those black bags, now it's time to push away the age appropriate or inappropriate toys. So basically what you want is to have everything age appropriate for your kid left. So the amount of toys and the type of toys will very much depend on each family, how many kids you have, or what their interests are, especially if you've got two and they're completely different interests. So for example, my nieces absolutely loved, you know, beauty products, slime, and also, you know, more dolls and stuffed toys. My kid absolutely loves cars. He loves trains. He very much knows what he enjoys, and also Lego. So I know that I could put those things away knowing that he will be playing with them and that they're age appropriate as well. So we got our kid for Christmas. He was about 3, I think, this track, and it was been absolute years that it's been standing there, and I've been thinking about taking it apart 100 times because it takes up so much room, and because I thought actually he doesn't play with it enough. Like, he plays with it obviously, especially with like play dates and everything, but the fact that it was taking up so much room as well, just like I didn't think it was worth it. But anyway, it's so hard to unclip them, and here it is, it's still standing, and we've got another play date tonight, and I know the boys are going to absolutely love it. So anything cars and tracks related, I'm going to put to the side. I'm going to also keep things like this. So this is a car eater, but it's also a dragon. It's got some parking for cars as well. We've got a shark version of this as well. So it's perfect that there's 2, because if there's a play date of 2 boys, then they can each have one. I know that we have a car collection, which we're absolutely keeping as well. And this is a remote control car, and from Cars, this is McQueen, an absolute favorite. So this is staying as well. This is the playmat that we played time and time again, and I can't recommend it more for a vehicle lover. So I've actually put the collection of the cars in here, which is a Lego box lid. The other Lego box actually has Lego in there, so we'll get there because that's staying as well. However, I need to test out different cars. We've got some other remote control cars, but I need to change the battery to make sure A, they work, and B, then decide which ones we want to keep. And then we've got monster trucks as well, and they have their own role in the car play. So this is staying as well. I've actually managed to throw one away last week because it got broken. He's not asked about it yet. So yeah, we've got cars here, there, and everywhere. So I'm going to put those to the side. CJ's come to enjoy the show as well, aren't you, CJ? Are you supervising? Are you supervising, my sweet boy? So basically, I've put lots of the cars and car-related toys here. And essentially, I'm sure I'll be adding to this pile as well. We've got this swirly round track. We also have this one that is perfect for, you know, moving around, as in like room to room, or if you're going somewhere. So it's perfect to travel with, because like it just goes into a loop, and it's great to take to like nannies and granddads, or like if you're going on a staycation, for example. So that's exactly what we did. Absolutely love this track, and it's one that goes on, you know, windows, bifolds, and doors as well. So it's quite good in that sense, and it's really it works well. Basically, it doesn't just lose its grip, and we've used it for over a year now, and it's still good. Basically, we've got this loop where you press on and you can be rough with, so which is perfect for a boisterous boy like my own. Yes, CJ, do you like playing cars as well? He likes to steal these little cars and get involved as well. So we've got these as well that I've already mentioned. The remote control cars over there. Some I've left on the table to do later. We've got this mat that is great for any types of cars, basically, with like, you know, road signs and stuff in there. It's just one from IKEA that I got second hand. And this is a storage box which is ideal. I thought I had a truck somewhere, but either I don't have it anymore, or it's very much buried in the shed. So as I said, I'm sure we've got more to add to this toy pile. So instead of it being in there, it should actually be organised and nice in here, and they all fit in. Could even have a one in, one out policy if it's fully used up. But yeah, anyway, so these are rather his favourite selection at the moment. together a pile of things that I thought that my son, or rather I think that my son has grown out of. So lots of like construction play here, like a toolkit, which I absolutely love. This was secondhand, but it was also a gift, and I love it. I love the fact that we were able to play it. We fixed it up as well, in some places, glued it together, and it's still in a really good condition. This is actually a friend's. I think they left it when they were a toddler, and he's a big boy now, so I need to figure out what to do with that, or maybe I'll keep it for his little sibling that's coming soon. And then basically lots of other, you know, toys that I don't think my kid plays anymore. Like, he loved this puzzle, but now I just don't think he finds it that interesting. There's some musical toys as well. These are quite sentimental. I hate the fact that you put like sentimentality towards items. But however, if I'm going to be donating this, or, you know, storing it away anyway, so I've got a couple of options. Obviously, we've been trying for a second for years, and I've had 5 miscarriages, so it's a little bit tough to, you know, put it away in the hopes that we would use it. But I would store it for my sister-in-law, who I hope will start a family in a few years. So actually, I thought that might be a good one. And there's 2, because it's perfect, you know, for like a little band as well. And this is like a train sound too. This is to jump on. I would say that actually Aiden is, although he's 5, he's a big boy, he might actually end up breaking this and stuff, so I would put that away as well. Dress up stuff. He used to absolutely love dressing up and, you know, make believe. So I don't think that's something that he likes to do anymore, sadly. He's grown out of it. And there's like a piano here that ran out of battery, and then we stopped using it. But obviously it's also for like toddlers trying to, you know, learning how to walk and learning colours and numbers and everything. So it's very much toddler appropriate. So these things can definitely be put away or donated in the future. Some extra tips before I put the last bits away. Firstly, I would say you need to get rid of the batteries before you store any of these kinds of electric toys. Firstly, you don't want them to like go off in the middle of the night if you stored them in like the attic or something, because that will freak you out, and that's happened to my husband before, and you definitely don't want to be there. So basically that's a great idea, but also batteries can leak, and it's not nice. It's also very unsafe, so highly recommend you taking the time to open these up, taking the batteries out, and recycling when you can. And the other thing I was going to say, for things like puzzles or smaller items, for example this sausage dog puzzle, I'll put into a little bag to then put into a bigger bag, so that you don't lose all the pieces. I basically have this bag full of cars that basically need to be checked, fixed, or thrown away basically, and mainly just need to work out whether new batteries will help them actually work well. So what I'm going to do is just ask my other half to change all the batteries in this, and then I'll go through it and make my decisions and see whether they even are work and worth keeping. Oh dear. So I managed to find another whole bag of toys that I'm going to try and sort out now. So quick wins, interests, making sure that it's age appropriate. So I'm going to put the police and dress up stuff in with the age appropriate things. Actually, shapes and everything might be a good fun one. So I didn't actually bring down any of the board games or stuffed toys, as you might have noticed, because they're pretty much organised, unless I've put them up here on the worktop. But I think that can go into the pile of board games. If you haven't seen it, I did a whole video on decluttering that and organising those and giving you loads of ideas, so make sure to go and see that video if you're interested. I'll link that down below. So I'll put that in the wardrobe with our current organiser, which is working really well for us. My son absolutely loves figurines at the moment, so I'm keeping that. This looks broken to me, so that will be disposed of. Some items to give to charity or throw away. Sadly, he's grown out of it. Some fidget toys, I think that's age appropriate as well. So this section, age appropriate. My son absolutely used to love threading and dress up. So yeah, that's being put away. These bits, so these ones are more difficult because this is bilingual stuff. So I'll probably keep those and keep him practicing. You know, these are Russian letters for him to, you know, try out. He still goes to language school on Saturdays, so maybe these will help us with that. And this is Russian songs as well. So I've also got Top Trumps, which I actually recently taught him how to play. So I think this could go with the board games as well, because then there'll be a space for those. We've not tried it. Oh, I think we've tried this game once, so I'll see how that goes with him as well, and then make my decision. There's a few bits here. I know that he absolutely loves this sword, but surely he doesn't need so many balls. We'll probably keep this one, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. He loves this Splat Man and throws it everywhere. We've read this book recently, and just like, you know, there's a torch to go with it, which is fun. There's guns, which he is enjoying on play dates and things, you know, Nerf guns and things. So I think I'll keep those as well. Okay, so I didn't know what to do about the basketball hoop because I want to keep it because it's active, and my kid is super active, and this is one, like this one is like a basketball. It's spongy and it's for indoors, which is great. The only thing is, because we had the renovation, I actually had to take it off, and so the glue doesn't work anymore. So I need to find like a solution for that, whether it's, you know, a sucker like the car track. Maybe I could put it onto, you know, the window, and it's like one that I can take off and on as and when we need it. But then another side of me says, do I need to encourage ball games indoors, or whether I can use this outdoors? Maybe I'll put it in the shed, and actually we use this as a summer activity. I like that. Okay, maybe I'll do that. So I'll put that in a see-through bag that you would have just seen. It's an orange one, and it's a recyclable bag. So I'll do that. Maybe I'll check for any seasonal items here as well. So for anything that I could use during the summer. So for example, blowing bubbles is always a good one. And I saw another one somewhere underneath all that thing. I can also get rid of this big yellow skull. Firstly, it's quite tricky to show you with one hand. And secondly, the other thing is it's like hollow, so it falls over anyway. But yeah, I think it had lots of games and stuff in there last Christmas, but I think it's time to basically say goodbye to this. This one's a butterfly catcher, so I'm pretty sure that's a good one to put away as well for in the shed. I think I'm going to keep the ball pit balls for now. My son absolutely loves going crazy with them, especially during play dates. I also have a place for these figurines, and I've noticed basically I brought down one of the chess games, but one of the pieces is missing, so I thought it was just time to say goodbye to it, even though it's such a lovely set. And I've got another one up here, so with checkers, which I was teaching my son the other day, so I'll definitely keep that in the board games section. And then I found Pooh Bingo, which I'll keep as well, which is so fun, especially with little ones. I've managed to get some stuff put away or thrown away or in the charity bag. But I wanted to mention that although I'm putting it into black sacks, I'm not going to be throwing it away straight away. So personally, what I do, because I've organised this without my kid's permission, and let's face it, this is actually his things, I don't want to traumatise him. So what I usually do, I actually put these bags, both the bin and the charity, away in storage. So I'm lucky enough to have a garage, but if you've got a loft or a shed or like a room where you can put it away for at least a few months, then you will know truly whether your kid wants to play with it or not. Sometimes my kid would be like, oh mum, have you seen so-and-so? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I do, I have seen it actually. I'll bring it down for you, you know, I'll get it for you. And then that way I know that he actually loves the toy, wants to play with it, it's still age appropriate, and it's something that he enjoys doing. So I found that's a great way not to traumatize kids, because I know so many people who are like, my parent threw away this and this, and they would remember it for the rest of their lives and feel personally offended. And I definitely don't want to do that to my kid, even though he's got so many items, you know, and I'm doing it for all the right reasons, you know, so that our house is tidy and decluttered and feels good. It still does not mean that I've got the authority to throw away his things. So again, I'll put these things away. So I've got 2 great bags at the moment to basically store away. So anything age appropriate or inappropriate for his age that I've put away, I've put into the room upstairs as a midway point before I put it away in the loft. So basically the next thing I wanted to mention is storage. So you would have seen this in my previous vlogs, and basically this chest is currently empty, but I've used it as a toy chest time and time again. So having storage for your toys, and specific ones as well, is really important. So as I mentioned earlier about the whole board games, and having a storage and a dedicated place for that is really important. I've got stuffed toy storage as well, a whole video on that too, and giving you ideas. I'll make sure to link that down below as well. But basically having a place for your toys that's specific for that type of toy means A, your kid can go back time and time again knowing exactly where that toy is around the house, so that when he's like, or they are interested in playing it, they know exactly where to find it. And secondly, so that it's organized. And the other thing, the last point that I wanted to say, is if it's chock-a-block, like this toy box, before I started this process, was absolutely rammed, things weren't fitting into it anymore, that means it's time to declutter. And that's exactly why I'm here today. So organizing these toys. I must admit, I still have room for improvement, especially for these toys around cars and tracks. It's hard to organize, A, because he wants to play with it all the time. Also because we've just been through a renovation. So I've run out of money to buy any storage. However, we are making do, and I'm sure I'm going to figure out something soon. So basically what I'm going to do now is figure out all these other things that I've got left. So I've got Play-Doh on here. I've got Lego, which we're definitely keeping. Just figuring out a place right now where I can put it away and organize it so that we know where it is, until we are able to put some storage together that is more permanent. So basically I wanted to walk you through what I've got left, and I've sort of forgotten all the bits at the bottom as well, but I'll walk you through those as well and my plans with that. And I do apologise that I'm out of breath, but I've literally been running around trying to get this sorted before my kid comes home. We've got a play date later as well, so I don't want it to look too messy. But essentially these live underneath our stairs, and I think that's where I'll put them. We've got a bouncy castle, which we use during the summer mostly, and this goes perfectly with those. My son also plays with them in the rooms. Even though they're pain to clean up, we're still keeping those because he loves those. This is laser tag. We did play this recently as well, and it's very much his age appropriate, basically his interests as well, and it means he can do that in play dates and when my nieces come over. So something that I noticed is This is less of a toy and more of a massager, but I just wonder how often I use it, and actually it's more of a dust trap than anything, so I think I will put this in the charity box because we just don't use it enough and it takes a lot of space. This needs to go back to his board game section. We play this pretty much every week when it's no screen days. I definitely want to keep his Play-Doh. I'll probably keep this out for the boys tonight, and the Lego too. The boy that's coming over is like a big enthusiast of Lego. Over there, I'll come over in a second actually. Before I do that, these are great. So this, for an active kid, is perfect for indoors. It's soft on the sides. You can basically kick it and you get goals with it as well. So although, let me turn this off because you can't hear me otherwise. This comes with goals that you can actually take apart pretty easily. So it's great for storage. So this goes in there. It does come with netting, but I threw away the netting because it was a pain, kept falling down. But you can still use these as goals anyway. So as long as there's goals, it doesn't actually matter. Plus you can use this without anything. It's so much fun and perfect for my boy who enjoys something sporty. So guns, we have a section of guns. Oh, that's the other thing. Not only do I have this chest that I've mentioned, and all these bits which I've forgotten about in this. Oh, pretty difficult to do with one hand. In this basket, magnetiles we're keeping. These are water guns, so very seasonal and can be put away. And actually I could start using this basket, which actually sits in his room, and usually I put the Play-Doh in there from memory. Trains we're keeping, great basket from IKEA. Totally recommend. This moves around the house a lot and we basically play trains in every room. And yes, I do want to keep this because this is a great basically entertainment, and great as they get older as well. The only thing I'd say is I need to find the cover for it because it can get dusty very quickly, so I'll do that as well before I put it away. And then this is what I wanted to show you. It's perfect for reception, school age, or you know, year 1, year 2, but basically it's a magnetic board where you can use lots of letters. There's actually Russian letters as well, so this is a bukva ya. But yeah, basically you can do lots of words with it, which is great and educational, but also fun. We used this the other day for homework, which was great stuff. And I'll put this with his homework trolley, which is over here. Then I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to put into the age appropriate bag, which is there. So that's pretty much all of it, apart from these couple of things. So basically this bowling rather, it's wooden, I believe, and we've used it for absolute years. My son absolutely still loves it, so I can't recommend it highly enough. I've bought it for all the toddlers that I could think of. Basically, I really recommend it. And then my son basically just loved archery, and basically playing with this is loads of fun. He used to have 2 of these, but this is actually second hand and I got it for free from someone local. So the fact that we can give it more love is great. And then this thing, it turns on. It's a little bit annoying for adults, but when it's for kids, you use these tokens, which are in his backpack, to basically learn letters and words. And you can see one of those tokens here that actually seems to have got stuck. Ta-da! There we go. So basically he recognizes the letters, and then you can basically learn letters and words with it. Oh, it's stuck because there's 2. So yeah, basically a really fun toy for this age as well. So let's get to organizing. A quick tip before I get going, and that's my friend over at Organised Well on Instagram. She's an expert, and she says don't let your kids rediscover the toys. So as soon as those bags, whether it's the black bags, whether it's, you know, any of the bits that you want to store away, put away, get discovered, they find the toys, they'll want to play with them again. So like if you are adamant that actually it's time to let go, just even though if you're storing it in the house, just make sure that they can't find that bag. I can't believe it, but most of it is done and organised. I say most of it is because I'm sure I've got some more toys in the shed somewhere. I just can't find them. Anyway, I've got 2 whole bags to either give away, throw away. I've got another whole bag full of stuff to put into storage, and I've got another one that's seasonal and will be going in the shed. So I feel like a whole weight has come off my shoulders, right? So before we end up though, or finish up, I wanted to say, be a good role model, like encourage them to declutter often, but also show them that you with your own things are very good at understanding whether you need to keep that thing, show them that you're giving it away to charity and explain the process to them. We have personally been, you know, in a Facebook group where people give away free things, especially toys. So when we do go and pick that up, I take my son with me. I then tell him someone else doesn't want to use it anymore, play with it. So it's your chance to play with it. And then when you're done with it, it's your time to pass it along. So I love the fact that there's that whole sustainability aspect to this as well. Quality over quantity, guys. That's another thing to keep in mind. It's not about how many of those things they have, but it's about the toy that gets them ticking. You know, we don't all have the same hobbies. And so when we find a hobby, we like to do that thing. And it's very similar to my kids' interests. Something that he likes, his friend might not like at all. Like he loves cars, whereas his friend prefers Lego. So that's a great example, and that's why we've got a small collection of Lego, but a huge collection of cars. And even then I'd say it's too many cars, but he's a very spoiled boy, very loved by all the family and friends. And I'll be honest, most of these items are actually from either gifted or from charity shops and thrifted, you know, especially the little cars, where I basically used to find them every single week for like 50p. It's definitely something I'd encourage. So if you want to try a new toy and a new interest that you've not tried before, a great way to do that is to buy secondhand, to make sure that they enjoy it, because there's been so many toys that he doesn't actually like. So for example, drawing toys are definitely not for him, it's more for me. I enjoyed it more than he did, and that's a really good learning curve, and it means that I didn't spend that much money. I didn't actually waste money on buying these drawing, you know, toys. One of them is like, you know, blowing paint onto stencils and things like that, and it just doesn't interest him, whereas me, I'm like, I love it. But because I bought it secondhand and some of these items I actually got for free, it means that I didn't spend much money on it at all. Before I finish up, declutter often. I do loads of these declutter videos every season, whether it's my wardrobe, whether it's something, you know, around the house, like beauty products, homewares, you know, and toys. Just do regular checks of yourself, especially after seasons like Christmas, because we know that people can be really generous Birthdays can be another one. So make sure that you declutter often, be a good role model, and make sure to declutter your own items as well as your kids. But make sure to join me as well and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do loads of these types of videos and I'd love to have you with us. Last but not least, I will very much highly recommend toy rotation. That's why I love storage. I love to put away lots of things that he might have forgotten about. He gets bored, I can see that, because he starts spending more time watching TV rather than playing his toys. And basically you rotate the toys and then it's as if he's had a new collection of toys in the house, and then he starts being interested again. So I'd very much recommend it, and this is a great way to do it. You declutter, you also store away some stuff, and basically rotate it as and when you need to. I can't believe how much we've achieved in this video, and I'm so grateful for you coming along. Thank you. I hope that this gives you tons of actionable tips and that you enjoy this advice. If you do, make sure to like this video, and if you've got more advice that you can add to this conversation, make sure to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoy this one. I'm looking forward to sharing lots more toy related videos with you in the coming weeks.